It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. We'll be checking out Eric Bledsoe in this one. Bledsoe, undersized even for a point guard, but despite that, gets to the rim a lot, can attack a defense. How's he do it, Shaq?
Well, Ernie, he's stronger than any other point guard in the league. And he protects the ball with his body as he attacks, like Nick Van Exel used to do.
Oh, really? Yeah. Good call.
Strongest point guard?
I would say so. He gets his body into the defender, and he is a tough guy to move defensively. Yeah, I would say toughest and strongest.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan, also tough and strong, for the tip.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Well, certainly some confidence for Indiana with the win in their last matchup against Milwaukee.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You've got to be focused to do that, and they were.
Here we go.
So the Bucks win the tip. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's John Henson. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position.
And the vision of the Greek Freak, easily spotting his wide-open teammates thanks to that height of his.
And you watch Antetokounmpo play out there, and he looks like a supersized point guard with how he moves and gallops and initiates the offense. The term is point forward. But the bottom line, Clark, is that Giannis is the orchestrator when he's on the floor.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The assist numbers grow every year for Giannis. He causes a ton of mismatch problems, and how you guard him on the perimeter is always a quandary for the opposing team.
Here's Brogdon following the score by Miles Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Brogdon the pass to Henson. It's tipped. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Collison against Bledsoe. Collison kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off, and it's Turner finishing it off.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
Collison against Bledsoe. Kicks it to Middleton. Henson, a screen on Bogdanovich. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And, Henson's height and length and reach makes him a force on the glass. He does a nice job chasing down those rebounds.
Now here's Collison. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Basket good.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Henson with the screen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. Doesn't matter who you are. The defense left him wide open. Pros make those.
And it's good for 2. Oladipo's got his second basket.
Red hot so far. 4 for 4. Cooking with gas. Couldn't draw it up any better.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. The shot's good from Henson.
And Henson very aware of his surroundings, knowing the defense can't block his shot when he's this close to the bucket, takes his time and makes it happen.
Now here's Collison. Right side Turner. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pacers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
That free throw good from Turner.
And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better and has all-star potential.
Outside Collison. Pass to Bogdanovich. Stolen by Middleton. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Indiana leading by 5. And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age. Humble, hard-working, hungry, smart. And I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
Here is Bledsoe after Darren Collison's bucket. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. There's the screen. It's stolen by Oladipo. Turner dishes to Collison. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Brogdon. The rebound by Young.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Feeds it to Oladipo. From the arc. Connects from 3-point range. Oladipo's got 7 points in the game.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Jason Kidd.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Pacers leading by 10. That one good for 2. 9 points in the game so far.
Now that's remarkable work inside from Oladipo. Not afraid to go up against the big guys down low.
The Bucks have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Stolen by Brogdon. Fast break, Milwaukee. Tries to snap the cold streak, and it's laid up and in by Middleton.
You've really got to tag Middleton in transition so you have a chance to get in front of him. You know, his speed and athleticism, a lot to deal with if you aren't concentrating on getting back.
Now here's Collison. And there's the pass to Turner. And Turner throws it down.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
Here's Bledsoe following the score by Indiana. Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Offline from the top of the key.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Turner. No good that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Can't get more open than that. No idea how he mistimed that mid-range shot. Maybe he was too open.
Bogdanovich against Middleton. The drive by Collison. The wide open look here for Oladipo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Booker, he's checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. Robinson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Indiana on D. They lead by 14. Dellavedova with the ball. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. Buries the long-range jumper. Clark, a lot of ways to initiate the offense. What's the one thing you look for in a playmaker for a team?
Well, I think the willingness to give the ball up early and then to be able to understand what they're trying to get done offensively. So that comes back to basketball IQ, and we're assuming that the skill set is there. But to me, it's just understanding what you're trying to get every time down the floor and then being able to initiate that with the pass or the dribble.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Parker's shot is off.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And one of those lunch pail players, you love him, Greg, Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And Indiana making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Indiana.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Now here's Muhammad. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Here's Joseph. 11-point game. To the paint. Here's Sabonis. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Parker up top, pulls up. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Man, he's just such a smart shooter, is Parker. Noticing the defense was backing off of him just a little too much, he took advantage of it and made them pay dearly.
Now here's Booker. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. In the third spot, the Bucks.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Joseph with the ball, defended by Dellavedova. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Pacers leading by 11. Stevenson passes to Sabonis. Stevenson drives in and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
That one misses for Stevenson.
When Lance Stevenson is focused, he's very dangerous, has a ton of talent, good, strong physical body, athletic, versatile. He does a lot of good things out there.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. It's a 13-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
1:56 left here in the first quarter. And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
Now here's Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside for Robinson. Here's Stevenson. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Bucks trail by 15. They set the screen. Screen by Parker. No one near Toledovich as he lets it go. His three-pointers off the mark.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Stevenson. The three from Joseph. And the Pacers another three.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Muhammad against Robinson. Muhammad, no luck. Pacers leading by 18. Now here's Joseph. 9-point game his last outing. Muhammad with the steal. And it's the Bucks on the break. Toledovich with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. Muhammad against Booker. Good D by Booker. Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Robinson dishes to Stevenson. Here's the screen. Back to Robinson. And it's Joseph in the corner. Booker outside. That misses off the backboard. And so it's the Indiana Pacers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Hamid is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Parker. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. And it's Zeller in at the 5 down low.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Robinson.
Oh, man.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
And Paul George traded away by the Pacers over the summer. A move they didn't want to make, but the writing was on the wall.
You know what? It's always hard, Kevin, to lose a superstar player, but the Pacers had really been unable to create a contender around Paul George, and therefore they had to trade him because they didn't think he was going to sign. As a matter of fact, he clearly stated he would not re-sign at the end of his contract with the Pacers. So traded to OKC, and Paul George still intrigued by the possibility of maybe playing for his hometown Lakers at the end of his contract.
The first one falls.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And, you know, you take a look at the Bucks in this roster now. A few trades, but they have some really nice homegrown talent. Giannis is a legit superstar they were able to draft late in the lottery. And Parker, another building block that they drafted.
Bucks trail by 18. Dellavedova with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists in the game. And Clark, think about how this Milwaukee team came about. A lot of role players came in through trades, but the young core is all from the draft.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? Maker and Brogdon, the most recent additions to this team in the draft. Milwaukee rarely makes big free agent signings, and a number of reasons for that, perhaps the market size. And, you know, credit the front office for doing a really good job of making the most of their draft spots to build this team. That takes some real artwork to do that well.
No coverage that time. 10 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Yeah, I think this is an area where Muhammad can improve, quite honestly, Kevin. An increase in range, I think, would help set the rest of his game up nicely.
Now, here's Joseph. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Count the basket.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Dellavedova. Down by 15. And Teletovic kicks to Parker. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 3rd rebound tonight. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Milwaukee Bucks. Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of work on it.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Young's checked in for Booker. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Glenn Robinson III. He hits the second from the line.
And the Pacers really have been one of the more consistent franchises in the NBA over the last 15 years or so. They've not won fewer than 32 games or drafted higher than 10th since 1989. That's a pretty impressive run of consistency.
And the Pacers always find a way to hold their own, but still searching for that first NBA championship.
Yeah, you know, it's tough for every team, but in a smaller market, they don't feel they can afford to totally tear down the roster with a full rebuild. Indianapolis, as great a city as it is, not a free agent destination, so that makes it tough to build a title contender. You have to do it primarily through the draft and smart acquisitions.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And you know, Bogdanovich played for 10 years in Europe before coming to the NBA. Just now coming into his prime, but he's got a lot of pro experience.
The Pacers making a change here. Collison's out there. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Henson's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Collison against Bledsoe. A drive by Collison, up and in on the layup. Collison's got his second bucket of the night.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
Henson, a screen on Collison. Off the screen, kept alive. Here's Antetokounmpo, and stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Oladipo. No good off the back of the rim. Bucks trail by 17. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Count it, good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Henson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Here's Turner. The kick out to Oladipo. Young with no one around. Here's Turner outside Collison. Turner with a screen for Collison. Tries yet again. The shot by Turner no good.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting him, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Now here's Middleton. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. And Middleton, the basket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Collison against Bledsoe. Bogdanovich dishes to Oladipo. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Middleton. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him. And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. I mean, opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he handles himself going to the basket, man, it is one sight to see.
Now, here is Young. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Chicago.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
And here's Middleton after the 3-pointer from Victor Oladipo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich, and up the court come the Bucks on the break.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Bucks #1.
And all those points off turnovers have been a huge bonus. I mean, that aggressive defense has also paid dividends at the offensive end of the floor.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 9. Brogdon the pass to Henson. Bledsoe against Collison. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Now here's Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. Hits the front of the rim and out. Bucks trail by 12. Alley-oop try. Rejected by Young.
Thaddeus Young using that expansive wingspan to put that shot in reverse.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. They get it back. Here's Henson. Good work defensively by Turner.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Milwaukee has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Bogdanovich. The Bucks also with the sub. Parker's checked in for Chris Middleton. Now here's Bledsoe. 20 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. Shoots from the baseline. The Pacers pull it in. Oladipo dishes to Stevenson. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Oh, you can't let Turner get that deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Bucks trail by 14. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Bledsoe. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And the first one drops.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Trevor Booker comes in for Thaddeus Young. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Bledsoe hits them both. Here's Joseph. And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin. It should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
Parker with the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Parker leading the charge, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
For Milwaukee, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6. The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. And it's the Pacers with the ball. They have a 9-point lead. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. Stevenson passes to Robinson. The 3 from Joseph. Zeller grabs the board.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Here's Stevenson, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Stevenson's got 6 points.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 14.
And anytime you think about the Pacers, really hard to forget their recent dominance in the East now. I mean, in 2013, they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. In 14, they earned the #1 seed in the East, and then it kind of snowballed south since then.
That free throw missing. And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. They seem poised for a long run. Clark, what happened?
Well, they changed direction. They had 3 all-star caliber players in Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert, and Paul George, and David West was an anchor of that team as well. Stevenson left. The league seemed to figure out Hibbert, and PG broke his leg, and just like that, their fortunes changed. And I think, too, the way the league was changing in terms of style of play impacted the decision too.
Bucks trail by 11. Dellavedova dishes to Muhammad. Bledsoe outside. Parker trying to free himself up. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop. The Pacers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Stevenson kicks to Robinson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
The Bucks making a switch here. Jelitovich is checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Stevenson. He has 6. And the Pacers can't get it to go. 23 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Parker passes to Dellavedova. 12 seconds left here in the second. Muhammad a screen on Joseph. 6 on the shot clock. Jelitovich the screen. Dellavedova kicks to Muhammad. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. And that's 13 points for Shabazz Muhammad. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Pacers up by 10. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Miles Turner was the story in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling thy paint. Shakilakis.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Bucks?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Downtown Indianapolis glowing in the distance as we welcome you back to the action here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. A fantastic game from Miles Turner in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half. Shot way above his average.
Exactly, Greg. And, you know, when he's scoring like this, they're tough to stop.
Pacers leading by 10. Young and Turner up front. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Yes, that goes in.
And you let Bogdanovich just catch and shoot like that, he'll make more than he misses of those.
They set the pick. Henson with the screen. Here's Brogdon, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Brogdon's got his second bucket of the night. And Indiana shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. Outside Collison. And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. Turner with a screen for Oladipo. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Clock at 4. Bogdanovich, no luck.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
Now here's Collison. Turner with a screen on Bledsoe. Collison dishes to Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Passes to Brogdon. And he slams it one-handed.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Now, here's Oladipo. 14 points for him. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
Shot clock at 5. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. And a miss there on the triple. Bucks trail by 8. Bledsoe outside. Young against Antetokounmpo over Young. And too long on the shot.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. With the floater. And no problem from Brogdon as he finishes at the rim. Brogdon's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Collison kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. Bogdanovich passes to Young. Oladipo for 3. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Oh, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
Collison kicks to Turner. Collison against Bledsoe. Screen by Young. Here's Oladipo. And Henson sends it back.
Hey, that reach of Henson, remarkably long, unbelievably long. And that allows him to wipe away shots effectively.
On offense here, the Bucks stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
How about this run they're in the midst of? On the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Clock at 6. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Indiana trailing here. Stolen by Brogdon. Milwaukee, another fast break opportunity here. Shots good by Bledsoe.
There's been some slippage defensively here in the second half, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure if their legs are going or what, but they've given up some easy baskets here.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Looking at Malcolm Brogdon, the first thing that jumps out at you is his poise. He's steady, unflappable, never in a rush, always playing at his own pace. And for a young player, That's not something you see very often.
And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Turner.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
Now, here's Oladipo. 14 points for him. Can they get it? Bank shot, no good. And Brogdon does play with a very even keel, almost poker-faced when he's out on the floor and doing his thing. But Clark, you know, he puts in work whenever he sees time.
And that's the key. And I tell you what, when I saw him at Virginia, I looked at him, his demeanor, his skill set, his approach, and said, this guy's going to be in the league for 12 years. I mean, he just has that look and presence about him. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he's a professional. And that says a lot about what he brings to the table.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison, his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
The first one falls.
And Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak. Matter of fact, I'd love to just call him the Greek Freak if I could. Is a matchup issue for any defense. I mean, he's a guy who literally and really can play any position on the floor.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And, you know, certainly, Kevin, the strength of this Milwaukee team, one of the strengths anyway, is the length they have. I mean, have reach at all positions, but especially up front. They just need some time to develop, but a strong base is there.
Oladipo dishes to Turner. Stolen by Henson. And Middleton kicks to Brogdon. Launches a three. And that's good. Chris Middleton for three. Middleton's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Milwaukee. Pacers trail by 6. And to help with the development with all the young length the Bucks have, well, they brought in Kevin Garnett to work with the team last season. What a great move. Exactly who you want to be in their head and in that role.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know KG from your time working with the Timberwolves when he was early in his career. And to have him work with Maker and Parker and Giannis, wow. And Giannis actually admired KG growing up, so even a bigger win-win to have him there. A big part of the conversation was having the right mentality to play and succeed in the NBA, and we know KG had the right mentality for a long time.
Well said, Clark, well said. The Pacers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Free throw good, Bogdanovich. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Booker comes in for Young. And Stevenson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Both shots good from the stripe.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
This is to Muhammad. Over Stevenson. Here's Zeller. That's tipped. Now here's Joseph. He's tightly guarded. They grab their own miss. Sabonis, the pass to Stevenson. Now here's Joseph, defended by Dellavedova. Good on that shot, and with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Sabonis. Out to the right side. Parker with a clean look. Offline with his three. And here's Indiana. Joseph dishes to Stevenson. It's good. This game is all even. Stevenson's got 8 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here is Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Zelenovic kicks to Parker. Here's Zeller. That one wide left. Pacers shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Bogdanovic passes to Sabonis and stolen by Zeller. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Boy, Parker, difficult to handle when he drives, especially when he goes right into the defense like that.
This is his first free throw of the game.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And that one falls for Parker. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
And Parker drops them both. And glad to see Jabari Parker out on the floor after recovering from yet another torn ACL. Park always hard to go through that injury, never mind twice in your first 3 seasons in the NBA. But you know, Parker's a fighter through and through.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Not an easy situation and really disheartening for all of us who appreciate his talent and skill level. He's an outstanding young man and player, and he's vowed to come back stronger than ever before. And his attitude, a positive approach to difficult adversity, I think, has set him up to have a chance to do just what he vowed to do.
Now here's Parker, and again the Bucks miss. Now here's Joseph, defended by Dellavedova, and Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Clock at 6, makes it off the glass. Sabonis has got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Parker, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Whenever Parker has a look from mid-range, he's going to take it. I mean, he's a very capable shooter from that distance.
Out to the right wing. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Now here is Dellavedova. He's covered by Joseph.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
There's the pick. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks it out to Booker. Stevenson outside. And he feeds it to Joseph. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. That's 7 points for Joseph.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Dellavedova kicks to Zelenovic. To the inside. Muhammad, no luck.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Here's Sabonis. He's covered by Zeller. And Joseph kicks to Booker for the lead.
And Trevor Booker is generously listed at 6'8". We call that a program height. But he is a quick leaper, so he plays bigger than he is. You let him get in close, and he'll punch that ticket on you.
The Pacers have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Boy, I love Trevor Booker's game now. Physical, dependable, consistent. Man continues to evolve his game.
He's off on the second.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded closely. And Muhammad has it in the corner. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 6th assist on the night. Here's Joseph. He's got 7. The feed to Robinson. Now here's Joseph. Defended by Dellavedova. Here's Robinson. And that's good off the glass that time. Robinson's got 8 points.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Dellavedova dishes to Parker. And the 3 off target.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Parker with the steal. They're running for the finish, and the dunk by Parker.
And how about the quickness from Parker on the break? I mean, there's only so much you can do when he's sprinting the court like that.
Near the 3-point line, it's Joseph. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bucks lead by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
One possession at a time. No offensive rebounds and help and talk to each other on defense.
Defensive rebounding, a big emphasis for Coach Jason Kidd, and something he'll obviously continue to harp on.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you start giving it up on the offensive glass, very few good things are going to happen to your team, and that becomes really deflating.
All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Jabari Parker is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Zeller, and it's Muhammad in at the shooting guard.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
John Henson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. And Parker drops them both.
I like Parker's versatility. He can play both forward positions, in part because he's so long and big, and he's got excellent mobility.
Now here's Joseph. To the middle. Booker in the post. He's against Parker. Sabonis kicks to Booker. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Stevenson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And that one falls for Stevenson. And what an advantage it is for players in the Bucks to be able to pick the brain of Coach Jason Kidd. Kidd is a player who found success in so many formats, under so many schemes, under many coaches, from winning NBA titles as well as international titles when he played the game.
I don't know how much more I can embellish that, but you're right, Kevin. There's a lot to be learned from old number 5. I mean, Kidd has also shown a knack for imparting his knowledge, which is rich and deep, to his guards. And when you've got a young team like the Bucks are, to have a coach with Kidd's experience and IQ, man, what a blessing for those guys.
Now Robinson, after Jabari Parker missed from long range.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now here's Muhammad. Five on the clock, and it's sent back by Turner, and they're able to recover. They get it back, and Muhammad gets it to go.
Yeah, you called it, Kevin. Good instincts following up the miss. Muhammad always a threat to find a way to put it in the basket.
Turner with a screen on Teletovic. Here's Stevenson. Muhammad grabs the board.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one. He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
There's the pick. And Joseph kicks to Robinson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's the dish to Muhammad. Parker sets the screen for Teletovic. It's rebounded by Indiana. Now Stevenson. He kicks it to Joseph. Turner with the screen. Back to Joseph. Shoots it up. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Parker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Back to Parker. Down low, Henson, and slam dunk by Henson.
Phenomenal court vision by Parker. He really has all the tools to be a great player in this league.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Booker. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson. Oladipo, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jabari Parker. Chris Middleton comes in for Mirza Teletovic. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Muhammad. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now here's Collison. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Bogdanovich left side. From outside, off the mark.
And I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
Pacers trail by 5. The drive by Collison. Good.
And Collison's quickness enabling him to slice to the rim there.
Bucks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. Outside, Antetokounmpo kicks it to Bledsoe. Henson, a screen on Collison. Here's Bledsoe. Here's Henson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Turner. Left side, Collison. Young in the corner. It's Oladipo on the wing. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Over Bledsoe. That doesn't go either for Collison. Here's Antetokounmpo. Yep, it counts. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Well, how about the concentration of Antetokounmpo? I mean, he expects to get hit when he's taking it strong to the rim and still is able to muscle his way through contact.
Bledsoe against Collison. Lays it up off the glass.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
Here's Brogdon after Darren Collison's bucket. A floater. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Oladipo, here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Oladipo determined that time to get to the basket and forced the defense to foul him by driving right in there.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Oladipo hits them both.
And, you know, Oladipo is one of those multifaceted players. I mean, he can do just about anything you ask of him when he's on the court.
And here's Bledsoe. Middleton outside. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oladipo goes in.
You know, what I like about what I've seen in Oladipo is that it's obvious he's put a lot of work in to becoming a better offensive player. And he can really get it going in a hurry now.
Henson with the screen. And it's sent back by Turner. The kick out to Oladipo. Fast break, Milwaukee. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shot.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, you know, Malcolm Brogdon was the 36th overall pick in 2016 out of Virginia. A little older than most rookies over the last decade and when they come into the league, but I tell you what, the Bucks got a real winner here. He's going to be a long-time, valuable player.
And so he makes both from the line. And for Brogdon, his age most likely a factor why he fell to the second round. Still, Clark, you know, the Bucks loved what he was about when they first met him coming out of the University of Virginia.
Yeah, hard not to love what he's about. Intelligent, focused, purposed, driven, skilled. I mean, his age may have worked against him in terms of where he was drafted, but it got him into a great spot for his long NBA career because he's going to have one.
Here's Collison following the basket by Chris Middleton. Turner goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
Well, a lot of optimism around young big man Miles Turner. Nate McMillan compared him to LaMarcus Aldridge, who, of course, McMillan coached in Portland. Clark, can you see that?
Oh, no doubt. Both are 6'11"-ish, and both can really shoot the ball. Turner may be a better three-point shooter right now than Aldridge, but I think he's got to grow into being more effective in the post. He's more of a rim protector right now than Aldridge, but like LA, I think he has a chance to be an all-star.
And that one falls for Turner.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Bledsoe kicks to Brogdon. From the stripe. Here's Henson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Henson's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Henson very skilled down low. At almost 7 feet tall, the defense cannot allow him to get deep position.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. They set the pick. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Turner with the screen. Rebounded by the Bucks. Henson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Bledsoe throws it down hard.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
A drive by Collison, and the shot goes down.
$175, and that might be generous for DC. He says, I don't care. I'm attacking the defense no matter what size I am.
Milwaukee's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Collison kicks to Turner. It's Young on the wing. Back to Turner. Turner with the screen. That shot off the mark. Milwaukee in the lead. Brogdon with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Middleton can't get it to go. And Indiana shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Oladipo, the pass to Bogdanovich. Unable to get that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Collison against Bledsoe. Collison kicks to Oladipo. And Henson pulls it down. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got 8 rebounds in this game. Turner. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And I like the aggressiveness that Turner plays with. For such a young guy, it's proven to be beneficial in helping him draw fouls.
And the first one at the line is good.
At 6'11" and 243 pounds, Turner is physically imposing. He's a big man, though, with a delicate shooting touch from outside.
Both free throws good from Turner.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
and he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And Young kicks to Oladipo. Shoots over Brogdon, and it's Oladipo that time on the assist from Thaddeus Young. Oladipo's got the game tied up here for the Pacers. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Bledsoe, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Bledsoe hits them both.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Turner with the screen for Bogdanovich. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Middleton. One-on-one here. Rejected by Young. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. The Pacers making a switch here. Booker's checked in. .144 left in the fourth. Pass to Henson. Good D by Booker.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Okay, nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Collison dishes to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't go. And Milwaukee the other way now. Bledsoe's got room. Henson controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Henson's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
Hey, if you got the wingspan, use it. And John Henson does, showing real determination on the offensive glass.
Here's Bogdanovich. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And Bogdanovich not fearing the big moment. He's certainly comfortable being the guy to take these shots for him.
Buries it.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
On the wing, Turner. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Young's checked in for the Pacers. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oladipo misses. Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. Collison against Bledsoe. And so the Bucks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out in transition, you know, trying to get defensive stops. And everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.